I heard there was a gun involved.
Does he say that? Where is Timothy right now?
He's in the front seat.
Okay, I just want to make sure he wasn't like on stage, still
No,
asking
no.
questions.
He knows to get off the stage and give you your chance to do the trick. He wants to see them after all.
Right, I got it. Is he still doing some weird poltergeist shit on me?
No, it looks like he's not doing that at all. Not since the first trick.
Okay, so he's not giving me the creepy eyes. Got it. It's like
In
I
fact,
feel
when you
like
lock eyes
something.
with him, now he kind of, darts his eyes away.
Okay, that's. Hmm. Okay. All right. Oh, approaching the edge of the stage as I have many times before. I will address the crowd. And now, one of the most dangerous stunts I've ever performed in front of a crowd. I originally learned how to do this from a Muslim fakir. I spent time observing in my travels. As soon as I describe to you the items required, you will come to understand why it is so dangerous. First, I require a gun, a bullet, a brush, some
I'm just picturing
paint.
the entire audience just holding up all of their guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see someone like behind, someone in the back actually like pulls out a gun and is like waving there. It's like, how about mine?
It's for your benefit, a pane of glass. And despite the audience wanting to help, those two strongmen are going to be coming out behind me as I list every item. Like setting up a table, putting the items on the table. The table is one of those lent tables, so it can be facing the audience and everyone can see what's being put on the table, even though I'm also saying the items. And then they're going to bring out this large pane of glass that's on a vertical mount, and they're gonna carry it out sideways so the audience can see it first, and then they're gonna put it sideways so it separates the stage in half.
And as Dante is listing the items, I like, brandish it to the crowd and show it off and then neatly array it on the table.
For this trick, I would like another volunteer from the audience. This time I would ask that perhaps the children stay in the audience. I know we all love to handle guns, but first maybe parental permission? I don't know if that's a thing we consider these days, but maybe.
The kids in the audience all simultaneously go, "Oh," and are duly upset that they don't get to get up and handle guns. But one of the
Well,
responsible adults will actually come up.
for the purposes of this demonstration, it is very important that somebody might know a thing about guns comes up first. Give it some time. I'm sure you'll all be educated in the street.
Uh, but so you asked for an assistant to come up, and he's coming up, and he's looking to see like, what do you want done? Like to inspect your gun?
Yeah, he'll gesture over towards Zamek and say, "Very good, very good. Now, if you could inspect the gun and the bullet to ensure they are real."
He goes ahead and
And I show him the gun.
right. He goes ahead and takes it in his hand. He checks the safety, points it down so he's not pointing it at anyone. Uh, Pulls out the magazine to check how much is in there. Pulls out a single bullet at the top just to see, how it looks, and even checks to see if there's one already inside, ready to go.
All right, sorry. Quick clarification. Not a magazine gun. It's a like a Colt, right?
Revolver?
Like a yeah, revolver.
Okay, yeah. So he'll sort of spin it out and kind of take a look at the bullets and put the one he looked at as the next one to be fired.
Actually, yes, good, real.
Yeah, seems like real stuff. Has the right weight. Cap is still there. Doesn't look like a blank.
All right, now, if you would be so kind as to take the brush and place a mark on the bullet in such a way as to identify it as your own.
Oh, all right. And he'll take the brush and just kind of like give heavy bit of paint to it, and it's dripping a little bit onto the stage. But he smiles like, there we go. Can't miss it.
Unfortunately, markers are not invented yet.
Anything else you want me to do while I'm up here? I could shoot myself if you like.
Well, I take the gun back from the guy.
Ah, well, figures.
To ensure that there is no way I could interact with any of this happening on that far end of the stage, the pane of glass between us will prevent any shenanigans. Good? You were done painting on the bullet? Yes. Very good.
And while he's doing this, I take the gun. I make sure I show everyone that all the chambers are empty. I take one of the bullets from the table. I show everyone again. I load one in there, and in the typical Russian roulette style, I spin the chamber and slap it back into the whatever the holder.
A lot of the crowd gasps at this. Some of the crowd groans.
Other magicians have oft attempted a trick they would call the bullet catch, where they would have an assistant load a gun and fire it in their direction. The result is that they would catch said bullet between their teeth. Needless to say, many have died from such attempts. Fret not, as I would never put you fine people through such an unsightly act. Twice in one sitting, that is. So what I have learned, and what so many before me have failed to realize, and I feel like I'm wagging my finger towards the audience as I'm saying this, that the teeth...
And while he's doing that, I point my gun. I aim the gun in this direction.
...are not very good at catching things. You see, many people have choked to death simply trying to catch everyday items between their...
People in the crowd are like pointing at like Zamek, already aiming the gun in your direction. It's like, is he going to shoot?
And I start pulling the trigger, and the first one snaps with a hollow ping. Obviously, no discharge, but you could hear it echo across the whole audience. And then I pull again. I don't know. Do you want to roll to find out when this happens, or?
Well, you've been doing this entire time I'm talking, so.
Yeah. So I just start pulling the trigger, and I guess at some random point, the gun actually fires.
I think this would be the appropriate dramatic moment to have the performance roll. It's unlikely that this will actually harm you, but maybe.
Right, straight on ones, right? All ones.
Yeah, let's get like a whole bunch of them. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8.
That's still very good and more than enough to meet the qualifications I've put down previously. It goes off perfectly. Nobody is able to follow a bullet midair.
Right.
And it will be impressive, but what happens?
First, you hear the gun go off. The glass shatters. And Dante is apparently knocked sideways in the middle of talking.
Yes.
However, he's not knocked to his feet, merely knocked sideways. After a moment's recovery, he turns to face the audience, holding a white glove up with a hand in the air with a brushed black bullet between two of his fingers.
And the crowd goes wild at this.
He will shout over the din of the audience, "Next time, wait till I give the signal, please. Come on over here," and he will wave to the volunteer.
And I gesture to the volunteer member with a flourish to go over to Dante and inspect the bullet.
Careful now, there is broken glass on the floor. We would not want you to get hurt.
He carefully makes sure to step around it as he approaches it and takes a look at it and goes and takes a sniff of it. It's like, yeah, it went off. That's the real one.
And you can confirm that these are the marks you made moments ago? Yes?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd recognize my wanton use of paint anywhere.
Thank you. You can return to your seat now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the bullet catch.
And the crowd applauds.
And I bow. I give another flourish bow with Dante.
And your strong men come out too to take a little bit of their bow in theatrical style. Everyone gets their quick moment of sunshine, and of course Dante has the applauses heaped upon him for the performance.
Right, I'm
The crowd
probably.
begins to shuffle out once you finish to wrap up your performance. And it seems that they are all in wonderful spirits after the performance. In fact, you even hear several of them saying that they are going to tell their friends about it to come to the next one. And
All
of
right.
course,
And as the crowd's emptying and we're doing our thing, I walk over to Dante and I go, you play with fire tonight, my friend.
No, perhaps next time, though. We do need new acts for the Americans.
Timothy will rush up and go up to you. It's like, you're going to teach me how to shoot too, right? I want to shoot bullets like that.
I look down and I go, well, first, before you learn how to shoot, you have to eat. You never shoot on an empty stomach.
I am a little hungry. You gotta tell me everything.
I go, I will tell you everything that I could possibly know. Come on,
Yay!
Dante. Let's have some dinner and celebrate this wonderful evening.
And as you're leaving, of course, you hear the phone.
I go over and I pick it up.
All right. And it's Martin on the other side. Hey, Zamek, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I got the lead I was looking for. If you or your friend are interested in helping me out, and you helped me out this far, I'm gonna be over here on this block, few minutes before midnight.
Okay. Uh, I'll make sure that me and my boss are there.
All right. If you take Timothy home, make sure to tuck him in before 9.
Don't worry. He's in the safest
Actually,
hands possible.
I might stop by and do it myself. I got a few hours. Thanks for watching after him again.
Like I said, he's a special kid, and I like to get to know him better.
All right. So you head out to dinner with little Timothy, and well, eventually you do take him home, unless there's anything you want to talk to little Timothy with. He, of course, is
Well,
all ears and full of questions.
well, basically at this point, since Dante's with me, I'm basically trying to show Dante the thing that I picked up on him when I met him the first time. Sort of give him a clue, like this kid's not just a regular kid.
I really loved your first trick. I love all the things you put into it, like the mirror in the back, the cloud, and the trap door. You I'm glad that one worked.
How did you know there was a trap door there,
Oh well,
Tom?
I saw it. Yeah, it was right there. I was just so close to the stage.
You are also on
And
the
you don't even need
stage.
to roll anything in special to understand that at his height, from at front stage, his head was not necessarily even up to the stage.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, as we're saying. He was on the stage. He was also on the stage multiple times.
Oh yes, that too. Yeah, I can't figure out the other ones though. I'd love to hear about them. You think I could do them?
The knife
Well,
throw and the bullet catch? No, I would very much suggest never trying that at home. Like, I feel
I
like at some point we should probably make signs. Do not try this at home.
I got some friends that I could probably throw knives at, but well, if you say so, Sir Dante.
well, let's just say that it takes many years of practice to get up to the level to throw knives the way me and Dante shoot and throw knives the way me and Dante have.
It takes
But if you're
more than many years of practice. As I said at the beginning of the trunt, it is no lie, many magicians have died performing these tricks. I highly recommend that you never attempt them.
Yeah, they seem really dangerous. But you did so much safety for the first one.
Yes.
And he'll kind of briefly describe like a very specific kind of thing you did for your safety that no one in the audience could have seen.
Ah, the eyes of a child. To be young and so filled with wonder, I remember those days. Come, let me regale you of tales of the Trichroda fair. Sorry, my mind is playing tricks on me. Ah,
Trying to remember what it was called.
yeah, it's only on the 3rd page of my backstory.
Yeah, I gotta scroll through your backstory here too.
On page 15, chapter 5, subsection 6, it says refer to appendix C.
Varillian Exposition.
Right, what year was that? That's the part I'm trying to remember. 1893, right? Yep, 1893.
Yes.
Ah, let me recall the Vermilion Exposition. It was 1893 when they built this whole thing right here in this town. And I first got to meet the 2 greatest magicians of their time. And I imagine this is where I just go into a...
Right, and you go into a big story about like seeing Harry Houdini and like
Well, they're
becoming
they're
inspired.
equivalents, since apparently they're not exactly Harry Houdini.
Houdini Harry, of course. I don't have anything to come up with at the moment for that, but the point stands. He is definitely enraptured as you talk. He is your biggest, smallest fan.
I love that. I love that description.
And he will sometimes even forget to eat as he just sort of continues to listen very intently. But the two of you do finish up the meal unless you guys have anything else you want to prod him with before you send him off.
No,
Or
that's
take him
it.
home.
We just take care of him, make sure he's fed, and then make sure he gets home and make sure he's tucked in. And as we're walking out, I look at Dante and I said, see what I mean, sir?"
The innocence of youth, the wonder and bewilderment of the child.
And I chuckle and I go, "For a very insightful man, you can be blind as a bat sometimes." He goes, "Come on." He goes, let's keep practicing our routine so you don't punish me again."
Actually, I was thinking that perhaps it is about time. We've been traveling together for quite a while that you come up with a trick of your own.
Maybe. I'll let you know tomorrow.
Actually, I had something I wanted to talk to you about. Something perhaps I felt we could do tomorrow.
Well, at that, my little cat ears perk up, and I go, "Well, I'm all ears."
Not here, not in public. I would rather discuss it in the private setting.
All right then. And I guess we just walk off and go to our typical spot to.
Well, actually, wasn't there a thing that we were supposed to do that would kind of join us back up with the rest of the party tonight
Oh,
or
that's
something?
right. Yeah, no, that's right. I'm sorry. My apologies. Completely.
Well, they
wait.
talk to you, yeah. So I don't think I don't
That's
know if
right.
I know.
So I go. Before we go through all that, there's a little thing we need to take care of first. A favor that we need to pull for some people. And I tell him that Martin needs our help with doing something, and we got to go meet up with them.
And
Alright.
scene.
And scene. And if you two are going to go out, then I know exactly how this is going to go down. I'm going to go ahead and copy you real quick.
You can't copy me. My name is literally Dante the Original.
No. You're just stuck on that map forever, sorry. And I'm going to go ahead and transition over to the warehouse.
Ho ho.
Alright. Francis, you are the first on the scene. As you approach, of course, you don't see the police car propped up on the corner anymore.
No.
And most of the lights are off in this area. Nobody's working out here. There's just a couple of the street lamps and a single light from within the shipping warehouse.
Warehouse 4, I'm assuming.
Yes. As you approach the fence, there's someone waiting outside.
Okay, I approach him.
He looks you up and down a little bit. Can I help you?
Your boss said to bring some of my product here, looking for an alligator. I've got the product right here. He's gonna lift up his
Yeah?
suitcase.
Yeah? Let me see.
He's gonna open it up and show him.
Very nice. You got any cash?
Well, not
Also, to
on.
know you brought cash.
What? Wait, was that part of the deal?
Yes, he said he wanted to get a loan out of you.
Oh, he wanted to get the loan out of me? I thought he was waiting for a loan to come through. Oh.
Time reversal. You can in fact get up to $50 from the department as collateral.
Yes. Sorry, yeah, I thought he was waiting to get a loan to get the rest of the money, not getting the loan from me along with the. Okay, never mind.
All
But
right,
yes.
come on in, and he'll unlock the gate, open it up for you, and let you in. And as you enter the warehouse, or as you approach the warehouse, it is let me see if I have a special description. Nope, it's not too fantastic. It's sort of a square warehouse with a large front loading gate and a side door for people to enter and exit without having to open that. You can see sort of off to the side, there's a small little attached office to it. However, the lights in there are off, and the light inside the warehouse is on. And from the looks of it, you can see that the truck gate is actually slightly ajar and might be ready to open at some point.
Yeah, I probably want to get the truck inside here pretty quickly. Makes sense.
Yeah. And as you step inside, you see. Let me go ahead and pull up his thing. Jackie Quickshot Jones, Anteater
Longbow.
Gangster. And around him are a number of mice. 3 of which you've seen before.
Nice.
They are sitting around a small little box, and it looks like they have some cards on the table. What are you going to do? You've seen them first. Are you gonna flag them down? Make yourself known? What are you gonna do at this point? You have a chance to do something.
How many are these the only people inside the warehouse that I can see?
Yes, as far as goes, it looks like this is everyone in here. You don't necessarily hear anything anywhere else.
Okay. He's just gonna pull down its hat. As far as it'll go. And he's going to come up making sure that the briefcase is the center of attention as best as possible. He's just like, gentlemen, I believe we had some business.
All right. I would like you to give me a presence roll of some kind. What would fit in best here? To pretend you aren't exactly the same alligator who robbed them a little while ago.
Okay.
To distract them and at least put the boss on the spot.
I have presence and deceit.
Okay, those are good starts. How about we go ahead and roll Will as you are putting your bluff on the line here.
Okay, so will, presence, and deceit. There we go. All right. Could be worse.
Could be worse. But they don't seem to instantly recognize you. And of course, this guy starts stepping up to you. how's it going there? You must be the guy I talked to on the phone. Name's Quickshot Jones. How you doing?
Doing pretty well myself. Nice operation you got here. Very professional-like.
It's just a warehouse. Ain't got nothing to do but wait here until our real deal shows up.
Ah,
I'm glad you called, though. I was getting kinda antsy. I didn't think we'd come up with enough money in time.
well, happy to oblige as long as you can accept some business once your finances get under control.
Of course. Once we run the district, money should just come flowing right in. Got a nice
Cool.
bright career looking up for me, you know? Know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. You boys seem much more reasonable than those Labrazio toughs.
Yeah, of course we are. They didn't grow up over on the Miracle Mile. They taught us some real manners over there. Come on, have a
Cool.
seat. I brought a bottle of scotch here.
Ah, thank you. Much obliged.
He'll pour you a drink.
Now, I'm sure you're interested in the main event. Of course, your loan as well. He's going to he's going to open up the suitcase, and he's going to take out the, I assume, bundle of money. He's going to push it forward across the table.
And he will take a look at it and just kind of do a quick flip through and go, 1, 2, yeah, this looks like enough. And he'll pass it off to someone else to do a real count of it.
Okay.
So what else you got in that case of yours?
He's going to spit around. It's like mostly easily concealable handguns. You can never have enough of those, especially when you're going up against a gang as, well, if you barbaric, if you don't mind me saying, as the Labrazios. Yeah, these ones can be easily concealed, and they're being sold for practically pennies. He's gonna start taking them out and like showing them, showing them around to the rest of the goons.
Hey, if they're actually pennies, I could use a couple more of them. Someone come by and take a couple of ours today.
Really? That's a
Yeah,
crying
yeah,
shame.
some other alligator chump, you know. Not a fine, upstanding individual like yourself.
Ah, of course, of course. Now, yeah, it's just like this one's a double action, you see, and he's gonna try and like elaborate as much as possible on all this stuff.
Right, so you're going to keep them sort of busy and distracted. And
Yes.
if you're just going to fill their ear with nonsense for a while, how about rolling me a presence mind?
Okay.
This is, of course, to talk their ear off. I'll let you throw in gossip because you're just trying to keep the conversation
Sure.
going.
So there's gossip, mind, and presence.
All right, that is 2 successes. You know enough about guns to just kind of keep rattling off about it. And he'll ask you a little bit. It's like, so you got like a whole bunch of this stuff, right? Gonna need a whole bunch once we start getting some more people out here.
Yeah, like I said over the phone, bulk shipment just came in.
How you do it anyway? Keep all that under wraps.
Well, you see, being a individual of my disposition, and he's gonna like gesture up and down on himself, I can find myself in and out of more aquatic situations quite easily. Now, not everybody can move product so quickly out of the lake and into the surrounding docklands, but he's gonna jog his thumb at himself. This guy can.
I see. Pretty clever. You know, most people think the best way to keep something concealed is just keep it out of their hands, you know? Have someone with wings fly it around town. Nah, everyone sees that.
Yeah, that's what they're
At least if you're
expecting.
down Riverside, right?
Yeah, keeping their eyes on the sky, you know?
Yeah. See, you're smart. You're smart like me. You got it going on. I think you and we can go far together.
I certainly hope so.
I
As
think this
long
could be
as.
the start of a wonderful enterprise. Don't you think, boys? They'll, of course, just nod their head to the boss.
Alright, so, if you don't mind me asking, not overstep my bounds or anything, but what exactly you got yourself tied into that you need this loan so badly?
Well, s- I just need the last payment here. Been paying a couple months just to make sure I could get this. Some sort of weird gun kind of thing, from what I read. I'd show you the catalog, but I lost that too.
Ah, man.
The advertisement said it could just burrow straight through glass and bricks. Figure we could pull off something big with something like that.
Sounds like some sort of acid gun to me.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but then it said the same thing could also stick people's hands together and stuff like that, and spray lavender. I'm no chemist or anything, but I never heard of anything that does that.
Nah, me neither.
So it's strange. I want to see if all this pays out.
Yeah,
If it doesn't, I'm gonna give them the beating of their lifetime.
of course. Ain't nothing
And
like
hey,
this. Hmm?
And hey, if it doesn't pan out, I got you here. You can have all their money, go straight to you. We'll have some real weaponry instead.
True. Old tried and true gun. Not this
There you
fancy
go.
bullcrap.
All the staying down low, all the staying safe and quiet, no more. Quickshot Jones gonna run things from now on.
So, and he's gonna kind of lift his glass. It's like Quickshot Jones and a more mature and civilized organization around here.
Yeah, and the goons will join in. It's like, yeah, I'll drink to that. And everyone will take shots.
All right, and how
And they
long is
deal
it?
you in.
Perfect. All right.
So we'll go ahead and transition to the next group in tow. Martin is waiting over at his corner. The woman in black does intend to show up, correct?
Yes, I do. In stealth mode,
Yes.
as I have a
seem-
special stealth bike.
He seems surprised to see you show up and is immediately fascinated by this bike. It's like, you strap a motor to
Well, I
that
don't show him
thing?
the bike. I park the bike somewhere else and show up like Batman. I'm a master.
Okay, yeah, you show up like Batman, not a single noise. Like, whoa, where did you come from?
That's not important.
Well, yeah, I suppose what's important was what's going down tonight.
I'm going to make one more plea with you, Martin. I want you to think about your brother's face and the expression he would have if you don't come back from this.
I talked to a couple of my friends. They said this is the best chance. It's propaganda of the deed. If I do this, no one's gonna bow to gangsters anymore around here. Here, take this, and he'll pull out a bomb and hand it to you. If I don't get a good shot, I bet you could probably get in there. You gave me a spook. I got
Yeah,
another one in here, and that's about it.
I will examine his homemade bomb.
You will examine it. It he will say that he is not the one who built it. And by the looks of it, it looks like it's of reasonable craftsmanship. It's not bound to explode if you accidentally drop it.
Well, what is it? Is it like a pipe bomb? Is it a toolbox?
It looks like it is a set of bottles strapped together inside a sort of thicker package, and within that packaging is a number of metal shards to act as shrapnel. It looks like if you depress a certain part of it, it'll actually unleash a.
Oh, wow. So it's a TNT based bomb.
Or something of that nature. You might not be able to tell without necessarily opening it up and testing it, but it is
Okay.
dangerous.
But it's a highly sophisticated looking bomb. It's not a black powder or gasoline affair.
Right. This has someone with knowledge behind this.
Yeah, Martin, what sort of connections do you have to get such heavy hardware like this?
I've lived here all my life. I know a couple people who've ended up in unfortunate business. I feel for them. I don't
So
think they got
what's
many
your-
ways out.
What's your plan exactly?
Well, they're bringing in a shipment of something. I figure if we put these bombs up against it, set them off, there won't be any shipment left. Mission accomplished. And if we manage to get a couple of those goons in the middle of it too, all the better.
Mm-hmm.
I know these warehouses. I know there's a couple skylights that we can actually get in through. And I also know where the electrical breaker is. If they got any lights on, we can put them straight into darkness.
That's probably your best bet.
I agree. And who else should show up but Zamek and Dante? Do you intend to show up to this location in the middle of the night?
Is that the place that Martin told me to go to?
Yes, indeed.
Then I show up with, I assume, Dante, who tags along.
And just to confirm, Dante going to.
Yeah.
All right. And Martin will look at you guys and look at his pocket watch. All right. It's about 11:50. Shouldn't take us too long to walk over there. My plan, or at least as far as I've thought it out, we can enter through the back. I got a key for that gate. We can cut the power, head inside, find whatever package they have, plant a couple bombs, and get out of there. Hopefully, they won't see us in the process, and I'm hoping not to get shot. Thoughts? Suggestions?
I'm just sort of like gobsmacked how well connected Martin is. What do you two have against the gangsters?
Are you referring to?
I'll
me and
actually
Dante?
ask you, Dante.
Yes.
What are you doing here?
I probably,
Oh,
you say gangsters, I probably lean forwards a little. I'm sorry, what?
I go.
This is-
We're just here to help our friend Martin.
You two are
Central-
good guys.
Essential sense of your camaraderie amazes me.
You're,
Here's a hold on to this, and I hand him the bomb.
You two are magicians, though. Maybe if something goes down, you could give a distraction. If they get off
Maybe
to
they
one
can
side of the
escape from
warehouse.
chains while they're getting Tommy gunned.
I don't know. Maybe they got some magic dust in one of their bags or something.
I feel like this is one of those quick aside moments. I say, I'm sorry, you say what? Hold on. Zamek, can I have a moment real quick?
And I go, yeah, sure. What's the problem?
Yeah, I grab you by the shoulder, drag you like a foot away. I'm sorry, did he say gangsters?
Yes, gangsters. There's gangsters everywhere. What are you afraid of? There were probably 5 gangsters in the audience member at the show tonight.
What?
Thing pulled out that gun.
What did you drag me into? What are we doing here?
Like I said, we're doing a favor for Martin.
I thought we were visiting a child. What is going on?
No, we already did that. The kid's asleep. We're gonna help Martin now.
You are going to have to agree to what I say when we get back to the theater. No questions asked if I do this.
Sure, absolutely, no problem. Just trust me. I clap him on the shoulder. I turn him around, and we walk up to Martin.
He
I
just sort of
gotta
like
really-
gives you a little look and goes, I'll owe you more than one favor for all you've done for me tonight.
It was like, I'm sure we can discuss an equitable arrangement afterwards. And I look at Dante and say, trust me, I have a good feeling about this. The ancestors are speaking nice to me.
Hey, who's watching the kid?
I tucked him in at home. He's asleep.
So no one's watching him.
Yeah, well, child safety and protection were really at its infancy back in this day, so leaving a kid alone to sleep wouldn't exactly be out of.
Well, I got back to the apartment first. It didn't seem like anyone else tried to break in. I
I'm
didn't
just
see
sitting there
anyone
thinking,
around the block, and I asked one of my friends to kind of keep an eye on the door.
it's the one thing that, like, I was worried about. It's like, so your kid's not getting an orphan. No, he's being watched by some people who I also invited to the game. I'm going to step back in the shadows. I'm here to observe. This
All right.
This has been a really weird day.
So you are here to observe, and Martin is going to proceed with the plan and lead on ahead. Just glad to have a couple comrades with me. And we will go ahead and transition over to Knuckles as time is slowly passing. Knuckles, your gang has identified a truck and you are following it to Giant Shipping. You are just across the street at the moment, and you can see that the truck is pulling in right now. One of the drivers is leaning out the side and calling to the person at the gate, and he opens it up for them. What is your plan right now?
We got any idea how many people are in here?
Not a clue, boss. I hear they had maybe like 8 of them Miracle Mile guys hanging out around the district.
Puts it about 2 to 1.
Sounds like even odds to me.
Yeah. Fuck it. As the truck's getting ready to go in, I'm gonna play up the bold personality. As the truck's getting to go in and the gate's getting ready to close, we charge.
All right, you charge straight on ahead.
No yelling or anything like that. We're gonna try and get as close as we can before, try and get a couple of WTF seconds before they react.
Okay, roll me speed and evasion. Let's see how close you can get. If you can get there like before he just slams the gate closed and locks it.
You better roll for them because they're gonna beat me. I'll tell you right now.
They 100% will. I think they have 2 evasion dice.
All right, so speed plus evasion. Here we go.
This is the page I need.
Boom.
Oh,
All right, you have the Labrazio goons. They aren't any good at evading,
But they're
they
better
roll
at
pretty well
speed.
today.
They're better at speed than me.
All right, your guys get in first, and before the gate closes, they surround this guy and spook him. What do you intend to do with him? He's holding his gun and it's shaking, but he's not firing yet, and none of your guys have decided to fire off anything yet, or try to throw a swing. They're just pushing him into a corner.
Well, seeing as I'm kind of just trotting up behind everybody else like the mountain of muscle I am, I just kind of keep on going. Better drop that piece before I feed it to you.
All right, I would like you to roll a scare roll.
That I can do.
If he and on a success, he will comply.
Body, mind, and presence, right?
Right, and he's rolling 3d6 against.
Oh, 2d6. Not that one.
He doesn't stand a chance. He drops the gun, throws up his hands, and goes, "Come on, man, just let me run home, all right? Come on."
What was in the truck?
I don't know the things, whatever Quick Shot's ordered.
If I let you go, you're going straight home. Not gonna rat on me.
I ain't gonna pick up this gun, that's for sure.
Ain't gonna warn your boss we're here.
Ain't no telephone in there.
Get the hell out of here and I don't want to see you in this district ever again.
He gives a squeak and runs away. He is out of there.
We close the gate behind us and proceed further in.
All right. Do you lock it?
Yes.
All right, you close and lock the gate. You're now locked inside.
They're locked inside with us.
Yes. And you begin to approach the warehouse.
Mhm.
Inside the warehouse, you hear a truck approaching. And you hear the sounds of people loading out. And the door swings open, and several people are actually carrying in crates.
Do they look like Miracle Mind goons or just or
No.
strangers?
For us, from where you are and from where Francis is, honestly, these guys look like they're ready to serve ice cream.
Okay.
More than they are to, say, start a shootout or do anything. One of them's wearing a suit, and honestly, you can instantly peg him as a salesman.
Hmm.
And the guy behind him is wearing something rougher and is clearly a truck driver.
All right. But all I see right now is just the truck people, right?
Indeed, and they are all filing in as quickly as possible with a case.
All right. I let them go in, and then we investigate the truck and see what the hell's. I assume he's just like bringing a sample case kind of thing in. So I go.
Yeah.
I go in.
Yeah, go and investigate the truck.
Yep.
When you go over to the truck, they've left it open for the time
Mhm.
being, and it looks like there's not a whole lot else in here. There are a couple of crates, but they appear to be empty. By the depressions in them, you can tell that maybe there was something in here earlier.
Any labels or anything like that?
Quite a lot of them. All of them stating Mr. Wonderful and an order number.
All right. Oh, we found whatever this order was. Fine. Take the keys from the truck. Let's keep going.
All right, you take the keys out the truck, and you're gonna go in through the truck entrance, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you've taken a minute, and inside, Big Shot Jones is stacking up, and his guys are going over and are ready to open up that case. And inside is a strange sort of object. It looks like a canister attached to a spray hose. And Quickshot's gonna look at them and go, "This is it? Not as impressive as in the catalog." And the salesman is going to wander up and go, "Oh, don't you worry. They'll do everything advertised. In fact, we're here ready to give a demonstration." And one of the guys actually pulls out an entire mannequin from the crate and sets it up. And the salesman will go over, pull up one of the objects, and point it at the mannequin. Now I see there's several settings, but I think I know the one you're most interested in, and let me show you it in action and what it's going to do to your competitors. And as he activates it, it sends out a spray of green-looking liquid that, when it hits the mannequin, literally melts it. Francis, do you have any academics?
Not as a skill, no.
All right, so you don't necessarily have a way of identifying what sort of acid this might be.
No. No, it doesn't look like
It's the kind of acid that dissolves mannequin.
Yes.
They've been bamboozled.
The strong kind.
As you can see, works like a charm. Now, only question is, do you have your final payment, sir? And Quickshot Joan will go, yeah, right here on the table. And he'll pull out a wad of cash from his jacket and a wad of cash from the table. And he'll just stack them together. There you go. 120. And salesman will start counting it. And as he's counting it, Guido, you walk in right behind them. And with your boys in tow in a nice dramatic line.
We all got our pieces out, and it's like, I'm afraid this sale's been called off.
All of the people who are dressed up sort of hold up their hands and start stepping sort of to the side. It's like, well, we got no part of this anymore. Our deal is done for the day. You have the best of luck, Mr. Quickshot. And they will sort of start stepping to the side as over behind the warehouse, the lights will cut off as Martin will pull the electric. Sorry, I forgot my words. Martin will open the electric box with one of the keys he has, pull a switch, and knock out power to the warehouse, descending everything into darkness.
Ah, shit.
And I think at this point I have to ask Knuckles, is there anything you're gonna say, or are you gonna shoot first?
I was thinking, if I'm getting fucking buried again, I'm making sure I'm taking you guys with us. And
Well, 2 of them in the grave for every one of us they hurt.
Yeah, I'll take a shot, but it's more just to make them duck as I'm trying to close.
Okay. I will go ahead and give you the first round of actions. I'm gonna go ahead and move people onto our little grid here. So you guys are all at about a short distance at the moment. And you are at their head.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4. And these guys are a little bit stuck in the middle at the moment. And they have to get past you to leave. And meanwhile, everyone outside, I'm going to go ahead and put you at medium. You are at the other side of the warehouse, but you have plenty of open space to do anything you wish. So, Guido, you are up in all this madness. Go ahead and start off. Actually, initiative. You probably have all of your weapons drawn. These
Yep.
guys don't, so I'm going to roll it real quick and see who's dazed. So they are rolling observation. One of them's good, 2 of them's good. 4, they look good, and D8s. Alright. Quick shot. Looks like everyone is not necessarily dazed. They will have their weapons drawn and may counterattack. However, it is pitch dark. There will be a D8 penalty to try to hit anyone.
On top of the range penalty.
On top of being out of distance. So,
Yeah, so-
only question is, are you going to fire blindly into the darkness?
Pretty much, because I want them to put their heads down as I'm closing.
Alright.
Actually, so in that case, can I do instead of trying to hit them, can I roll something and basically call it like an intimidation roll?
Yes, you can try to intimidate them. That is a stunt you can do. It also suffers from the range penalty, by the way. So
That's
they will
fine.
have that to,
But I
try
figure
to resist.
I figure
And
I'll have
since
more
we have
dice.
multiple people this time, you will have to get enough successes in order to try to scare the next one.
All right, so
Yeah, it's a sweep. So you pick one to intimidate, and if you succeed, you might be able.
Right.
that's fine.
So you can go ahead and start with goon number 1 here, and
All right.
let's see how they do.
And my standard intimidation roll.
It's
That
a
is
body.
correct.
Yeah, body, will, presence, and do you have guts?
No, I don't have guts.
All right.
All
Was
right.
if me firing at them considered a bonus die?
No, that
Okay.
is just part of the action here.
That's fine.
That is
Hey,
how you were doing it, which
Never-
makes sense.
never hurts to ask. Oh, Jesus.
Alright, not the greatest start, and
Oof.
this guy is made of steel. It's like, you hear that? It just clanged. You can't see anything.
Well, I was never known for my guns, anyways.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it go to Francis next, as you
Oh,
are
wait.
in the thick of it.
Hold on a second. We get 2 actions, though, right?
Oh, yes, that's right. Firing is one. What's your next one?
I am closing.
Alright, so you can close immediately to near, and you almost bump into a couple of the porters here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, watch it, buddy. We're not here for you. We're out of here.
Yep.
Okay, Francis, then you are up next with 2 actions.
All right, so he is going to leap back at this point. This is a warehouse? I assume there's some crates or barrels around nearby.
Absolutely, there's a large amount of random garbage you can go ahead and hide behind here.
Okay,
Would you like to move away from them?
not really.
Okay, so you're just seeking cover. I will go ahead and give you an extra D8 for cover.
All right, and sorry, a gunshot's been fired, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so at this point, he's going to position himself kind of near the door that he came in. If that's that's partially the place he's going to be, kind of facing everyone.
Okay.
And I guess he's just going to guard.
Alright, so I'm gonna move you to near. You are over by the door instead of in the thick of the madness.
Okay.
And yes, guarding is very nice. Go give yourself that castle again.
Okay.
Alright, and now for the guys in the back. Dante, Zamek, and the woman in black.
Where is the Mr. Wonderful delivery car?
It is out front in the warehouse.
I am going there.
Alright, so, you can go ahead and try to do a stunt to close the distance from medium to short and start running around the warehouse. Unless you want to run straight through it. I imagine you want to do it around.
Around would be the most prudent, but I will run around the house. 2 successes.
Alright, congratulations. You are now running around it. I think, would that also get you to near? I'm gonna...
I mean, it's up to you for dramatic time. We kind of did that. I mean, that would get me like 30 or that would get me like half a block.
Right. I'll go ahead and, give it to you. You are rounding the corner, and you can see, the backs of the Labrazio goons as you are rounding
They're
towards
guarding
the
the
truck.
delivery vehicle.
No, they are away from it. They are at the door.
Okay, yeah, I want to
Inside.
head. I'm heading towards the vehicle.
Okay. You can go ahead and be at the vehicle. I assume you want to not be seen doing so, correct?
That is so correct.
Alright, so how about rolling me a hide stunt? That'll give you enough movement to get up to the car and, basically...
And hide behind.
ready to do
I
anything you
am
want.
Batman for a reason.
Yep, that is 2 successes. You are, over there, hidden over at the truck. I'm gonna give you
All right.
this mark. Unless someone decides to focus, they will probably not notice you. Zamek and Dante.
All right. Well, I'm confused because I thought we were going to come here and open up something. So I have no idea what's going on.
Martin is saying, I got the lights, you got the bomb, and so do I. We need to go find where those packages are and get rid of them.
And then there's a gunshot.
And then there's
There was-
gunshot. And then the woman in
where
black
did-
starts running.
So she just ran off and hid. I'm holding a bomb. What's Martin doing?
Martin looks like he's getting ready to follow the woman in black, actually.
All right, then I take a cue from Martin and I wave Dante with me. Come on, let's go.
Alright, so go ahead and roll a speed athletics check to do the same sort of stunt. To
Speed.
pose from medium to short.
Speed athletics. R1D8. And hold on a second. I do have this thing called acrobatic.
1 success is more than enough for you to
Okay.
start closing the distance. And similarly, if you want to dive around the corner right now, I will let you hide.
All right, and that's what I will do.
Alright, so that is going to be speed and evasion.
Speed evasion, which is essentially the same roll.
Alright.
There you go.
There you go. So you are hiding as well, and as they just reminded me, hiding is a stunt. That it will mean you are dazed, but that'll just mean you will have only 1 action next round. But nobody will see you. Dante. People are starting to run.
Yeah, I followed Zamek.
Okay.
I mean, I have no idea what's going on. It's pitch black. I can't see. I'm being dragged
That
in.
was your roll, not his. Zamek, for your run, actually, go ahead and roll me that acrobatics, why don't you? You can maybe close the distance. I didn't see that you didn't actually succeed that. I read Dante's instead of yours.
Oh, my apologies. So you said speed.
And Dante, you can also likewise roll to hide.
Well, I can't actually. A scramble is also a stunt, so which ends my turn and sends me reeling.
I'm giving dramatic timing for this. It is fine. You can either stay behind the corner and at a slightly further distance, or you can run up to the truck.
Well, even then, I have a further question. Would I have any idea that are the Brazio guys are friendly, unfriendly? Never met any of these people.
You've met Knuckles, but you haven't quite seen him yet, I don't
We
think.
have literally exchanged 0 words.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know I'm part of the Librazio gang.
We may have sat in the same room on session 1, but literally when we all split up, they went one way, we went the other way.
Yup.
That is true. And I rolled a 7 and a 1. I don't know what that gets me.
Oh, that was just to check your running.